Hello! Thank you so much for 500 subscribers. I know it's technically not that many, but in my eyes the fact that 500 people watched a silly video of mine and liked it enough to subscribe to my channel is pretty crazy, and it means the world to me. This is a channel update video. The third one. I made the first one back in the Polish days for 200 subs, the second one because I felt like it, and now I'm making the third one because I just hit 500 subscribers and I also just want to talk about things. And also, the second one kind of fucking sucks a little bit. It is so outdated and stupid, it kind of pisses me off a little bit, and I really don't want it to be the most recent one. For this one, I want to keep it more realistic when it comes to my plans, and just talk about all the things I want to talk about, which one of those will basically take up most of this video. I'm sorry about that. But I always wanted to talk about the ARG, and I feel like this is the perfect time and opportunity, so let's focus on the other stuff for now. First of all, I'm sorry that the uploads have been going so slow. I know I promised so much last time, I know I promised essay videos and more frequent uploads, and then I only made 9 videos this year, which honestly the Garn 27 one is the only one I'm somewhat happy with. But you know what? I think that's okay. I think I'm finally able to take a more healthy approach to my YouTube channel, and really make sure it feels more like a passion of mine instead of just a chore. From now on, I'll be posting videos whenever I feel like it and whenever I actually have the time. Which, I have quite a lot of time right now, that probably won't last for very long though. I should probably make the most of it, but I can't make any promises. For the videos I have planned, I've been streaming quite a lot of Slime Rancher on Twitch lately, and the streams have all been really fun. I'd love to make them into videos. The first Slime Rancher stream though is by far the oldest one and will definitely make for the worst episode. But good news is that it is mostly done right now and I should be able to release it pretty soon, so at least that's something. Another reason why they can possibly theoretically take longer to make is because I actually want to make custom art for the thumbnails, kinda like I did for the Garn 37 thumbnail, and I'm not the best artist in the world, and definitely not the fastest. But aside from that, these videos are pretty great because they generally don't take ages to make. Another smaller video I have planned is the Deltarune Chapter 5 OST ranking stream I've done a while ago. Deltarune is my favorite game of all time, and Chapter 5 is my favorite chapter and OST in the game. And that stream was especially a lot of fun, and I cannot wait to make it into a video. And at night, the light forever for flowers.
It's Majorona.
And then maybe, just maybe, I'll make the Missing Pen stream into a video just for shits and giggles. And that's pretty much all the plans I currently have for the near future. There's also that Slime Rancher 2 video as I really want to make one day, but I've been teasing it for so many months now, even though to this day I've barely started working on it. I have most of the script written, but I'll probably have to rewrite it anyway, which sucks because it's really long. Like, it's so fucking long, you have no idea. I also stream on Twitch sometimes. I've actually been streaming pretty frequently lately, and it's been really fun. And for my stream plans for the near future, I'd like to play for Ultra Kill on Brutal difficulty, play some new big FNF mods that I still have yet to play, possibly replay I Had in Time. I really miss that game. I need to finish off that Slime Rancher stream series with one last stream as well, and maybe some Celeste, we'll see. I did want to come back to any percent speedruns, and maybe I'll play through like D-Size or something. That one looks really fun. I also wanted to play through Summit Downside once I get there, but that sounds really painful. I'm not particularly excited for that one. And then I also wanted to play some Rayman games before Legends Retold comes out, which I'll be streaming that as well. If any of that interests you, make sure to visit twitch.tv/Fenko ____, and make sure to join my Discord server if you want. There is 3 roles you can assign yourself so that you don't miss out on streams or videos that interest you. Okay, that's the specific stream and video plans out of the way. I just want to say, I think it's amazing that people still watch the Slime Rancher development video sometimes, and I still get all these amazing positive comments and people sharing their experiences with the game. I just think that's incredible. Even if the video is really old, and I am really proud of it, it's just, you know, I can do a lot better now. Slime Rancher is by far one of the most important games to me ever made, and getting these comments from people who love this game just as much as I do has been really incredible. A pretty similar thing happened with Garn 47, I feel like. I really love that game. It's also probably one of my favorite things ever. And to see my silly little video on it, get so many comments from this passionate community, and also fucking Flumbo herself, has been one of the most incredible things, possibly ever. I feel like the main reason why that happened is because while, you know, like, car himself is extremely recognizable. Most people don't care enough to actually play through the game and explore everything it has to offer, which, I mean, I can't really blame them. The game is really weird and very confusing. I mean, it's probably not for everyone, but the story, presentation, music. Go listen to the new album, by the way, it's so fucking peak, literally peak music. And sometimes even the gameplay all speak to me personally, it's really special. But the actual dedicated fanbase, which I'm definitely a part of, is generally pretty small. And we don't really get a lot of videos made on this game we really love, and I guess same goes for Slime Rancher. The game itself is very popular, but the fanbase isn't all that big, and we rarely get any Slime Rancher videos on YouTube anymore. I totally get that as part of both these communities myself, so I promise I'll play all the updates for Garn 37 on stream and make them all into videos after. And I will also make more Slime Rancher stuff as well. Especially since I am aware that a large amount of these 500 subs is made up of Garn and Slime fans. I'm sorry, Polish Murder Hounds fans, by the way, you're not getting anything more from me. I am so sorry. Thank you all for 500 subscribers, by the way. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I actually made a profile picture for all my YouTube channels and also Twitch, and also Blue Sky, just for the occasion. I kind of hated most of these, I like them a lot more now, and they actually reflect the current design of my Sona, which I also like a lot more. Like the one I used a year ago in the second channel update, I absolutely despise it now. It looks really ugly and stupid, which like, I mean, the new one also looks really stupid, but it, in a way, I actually really enjoy. It went through so many different iterations, it's kind of insane, but I feel like once I completely changed how to draw their eyes, everything just clicked. They will still probably go through a few more changes as time goes on, because it kind of just comes naturally to me that I like to change a lot of stuff with my Sona, which can get pretty annoying because I need to make a new PNG tour every single time, but I feel like every time I changed it lately, it's always been an improvement, and I actually really like the current design. I really need to make them a reference sheet though, in case more people want to draw them. Anyway, I want to include them in more of my stuff. Especially if I make more video essays, I'd love to make more art assets for those. Like, there is this awesome website called Wiggly Paint. It's pretty limiting, but I enjoy the effect too much not to use it like all the time, and I feel like there is a lot of cool stuff I can do with it. I'm definitely still a very beginner artist, but despite that I can clearly see myself improved as the time goes on, and I hope it stays that way, which it probably will if I keep going, so yeah, I will keep going. Ooh. There's an ooh in my script, goddammit. But yeah, I definitely want to do more creative things in my free time, which some of it will most likely feature some of my OCs I have in mind. I haven't really introduced them yet. I did kind of have an ARG on my straw page that was kind of intended just for that at one point. But I am happy to announce that the ARG finally no longer exists. It's all gone! Okay, this is the part of the video where I talk about the ARG, which it's most of the video, spoiler alert, it's most of it. Yeah, I wrote the entire script now and most of this video is just me talking about this old awful thing I made once. I do think it's pretty interesting though. So in case you didn't know, I have a straw page, and when I was making it, I felt like it would be fun to include some secrets for people to find. Unfortunately, my autistic ass couldn't stop there, and I just kept on adding stuff to the point where it became an entire ARG. I mean, I don't really like calling it an ARG because it's really bad, but like, it's kind of what it is. Don't get me wrong though, despite the fact that I am now able to get rid of it all without any regrets, I'm still so glad I got to make it in the first place. It took me a while to make, but it was a really great experience. Of course, I'm not competent enough to create something truly big and impressive, like, I don't know, like a game or a show or something. But I really love creating creative stuff, and despite this specific thing being really shit, it was such a perfect opportunity to do so, and I'd love to look for more of those in life. So I'm now going to go over it real quick, and you cannot stop me. You can skip this part of the video though, if you want to. So, back when people actually tried to figure this out, they were mostly searching for things on my main page, which there isn't much actually there. If you press on any of the Vulpixes, it will take you to the Vulpix shrine, which is probably the best page ever made in straw page ever. And then there is this gif of Puszysław saying that they are a very important followed by the same message repeated again, except with the A and the weird text at the end removed, making it just simply they are very important. But the text secretly isn't just random bullshit, and instead is a font that actually says that they're a godlike entity, which I'd say is pretty badass. If you don't know who Puszysław is, it's basically a slime I killed once by accident in Slime Rancher. There's a lot more to the story and maybe I'll explain it some other time, but for now all you need to know is that I'm really attached to them, and they are kind of really iconic, so they are very relevant. They also have a lot of lore that I probably should have made more coherent before doing an entire thing like this. Oh yeah, and there's also security cameras. Some people found that weird. That's how I did for secrets on the main page though. Most of the things were actually hidden on the yapping about things I like page. Which I guess it makes sense that people didn't really care to explore it in that much detail. Basically, it's just a really long page where I talk about all the pieces of media I enjoy, and I wanted to reward people for paying at least a little bit of attention, which is kind of stupid now that I think about it. There's 2 different hints that tell you what you're supposed to do next. In the Slime Rancher part of the page, you can press this Puszysław that's linked to a video where I show off my dig site in Slime Rancher 2, because I decorated it a lot and I'm really proud of how it turned out. However, if you for some reason care enough to watch the entire thing, there is some strange cuts that happen once. A silo where I keep all the chickens. There is quite a lot of space here, but I'm gonna come back to the puddle slimes here later because there is like a silly contraption I have made. And though it may seem like a mistake at first, there is some really stupid shit that happens later. What the hell is wrong with you? So scary, right? It's so spooky. Then the screen just remains pitch black for the next like 30 seconds, and once it's back, the rest of the video is completely unedited, making it feel more like empty and incomplete because of that. Why is it like this, you ask? I honestly don't fucking know, I have no clue. I was just doing shit. Anyway, the video ends like this. Don't forget. So this is what I meant when I said that this whole thing is really dumb and stupid. My favorite part about this video though is probably the fact that the title and description of the video are just everything I say in it. And yes, before you ask, I did write it all down myself because I hate myself. But a neat little thing about it, which nobody else knows, I'm the only one who knows about it, is that you can read some of the things that were cut out of the video in the description. There is like a Saber Gordo, Harry Potter music. Like here at the very end, when I say, don't forget, and then it cuts out, it's actually don't forget about Puszysław. Oh shit! So that's one hint that you can find hidden messages in pitch black backgrounds. There is actually a simpler hint for that in the auto section, where I literally just tell you about it. So that's pretty silly. You actually need to read if you wanna find it. There's actually a bunch of different backgrounds like these on this page. Some of them are in fact just silly messages, like this is the one from the Raymond section. And also, if you were wondering about the funny Deltarune video, it's literally just this. It's my favorite. This gimmick is really stupid and doesn't work at all, by the way. I feel like most people would eventually just press Ctrl A instead of actually picking up on any of the hints. But like, that's whatever, the ARG is gone now anyway, who cares? You can find the first more notable hidden link right next to Puszysław, and this one is just extremely boring. It's called a message, and it's literally just a wall of text where someone who really hates Puszysław for some reason helps you find their shrine so that you can quote-unquote burn it to the ground or something. Which you can't actually do, by the way, I was just writing shit. This video also uses a slowed down version of a pretty bad piece of music of mine I made a really long time ago. I like this thing I did at the very end of the video though. Holy shit, it's the first sighting of Fred! Who is Fred, you ask? Well, I honestly don't know. This is like all the context there is to this creature. I kind of made them the image_friend of this, and I don't know why. At this point you can do multiple things in pretty much any order, but for this video, since you're just told about the Puszysław site, let's go there first. Okay, so first we need to find a shrine. This Vulpix one will do. Now go to the URL, replace the name of the entity being worshipped with Puszysław's name, delete the evil Polish letter, and congratulations! This is the Puszysław shrine. This site intentionally kinda looks like shit. The concept was that Puszysław made it themselves and used the Vulpix shrine as kind of a base. And failed miserably, but it's okay because they tried their best. I had a lot of fun writing Puszysław because I gave them this typing quirk sort of thing where they use these cute emojis I love like every single sentence. And also I made sure to write everything in lowercase and ignore all punctuation. They are so silly, I adore them. I actually did this little thing on my server where I gave people a week to draw Puszysław and I would include every single piece of art on this site. Even though I only got like 3 pieces of art from that, I had enough art made of them from the past. So I asked all the artists for permission to use it here, and they all said yes, and I feel like it ended up being more than enough. Even though it was all made by like only 6 artists ever. But at least Puszysław seems to appreciate it. You can also send them art here, which I actually got 2 pieces of art from the Puszysław shrine, and I just think that's amazing that people actually managed to find it. Also, if you like the Puszysław shrine, make sure to visit the Puszysław vault. I thought this would be pretty trivial at this point, but I've never actually seen anyone do this ARG, so I'm not quite sure. This image is extremely iconic if you are part of the first evil Polish fancord. This site is way more unfinished than the previous one, but Puszysław said sorry, so you can't be too mad. This is a vault where Puszysław keeps different links. You only get access to 2 of them though, and this first one is the same dig site showcase as from before, but this time you learn that it was someone else who fucked with it and made it all weird, and that lore-wise, it was Puszysław who wrote down all the words in the description, which actually makes perfect sense. I made sure it's all lowercase and ignores all punctuation. Other than that though, everything that has to do with the dig site video is a fucking mess. I don't understand it. I think it was supposed to be the other entity who told you about the Puszysław shrine that fucked it all up, but I don't know why they did it, and I honestly don't remember if I even had a reason for that in the first place. God, this ARG is a mess. But then the second link is it's the whatever this is video that I'm going to play right now in its entirety, because I just think it's the funniest shit ever. Yeah, I don't know either. I think the thought process behind that was something along the lines of only having that same video from before in the Puszysław vault isn't enough, I need to make a different one as well, and I just made that. I feel like I was probably losing my mind at that point. Also yes, that is in fact also my music, in case you couldn't tell. I use my music pretty much for all the stuff in this ARG. I think it's pretty cool, even if the music is very like, it's kinda nothing. At the very end, Puszysław tells you that there is a super secret page somewhere made by a technician named after his creation, and tells you that if you ever find the code, you should enter it in the URL, like on this image provided. And also I guess how to decipher this previously used weird strange font. I guess you'll have to look elsewhere if you wanna find the code. How about this pitch black space at the very end of the yapping site? Oh my god, look, it's Fred! And also fucking LD from Garn47. I added him there like half a year later. Of course this entire place is pitch black, so it makes sense that you'd immediately try fucking... Okay, look, we're kind of busy right now. The lights are out anyway. Even if you were to see us, none of what you'd see would actually be real. Doesn't help that even if we did try to talk to you, you wouldn't understand a thing. That's stupid writing, why did I make this? Yeah, okay, let's see. Do you know what that says? Wow, okay, thanks for the tip, Puszysław. That's actually really helpful. Oh, okay, it's a link. Okay, but how about this other one next to it, though? Oh, okay, I see how it is. Let's just check the link instead. Hey, so I'm the person who made the sites, Fenko, that's me, hi. You know, like the Fenko site, yelling about things I like site, the full picture shrine. That's a pretty tricky one to find. This video is beyond stupid. Yes, this is in fact a real recording. I did go to my local forest and actually record it there. I thought it would be fun. And it kinda was. This video is pretty important though, because this is where I tell you how to get the code on my main page. Also, I had to add subtitles on screen because the audio here is so fucked, and I couldn't be bothered to go outside and re-record it again. Okay, but the ending of this video is extremely funny though. Yeah, if you find all 5 letters, there's a code. Now, why did I hide it there? Well, I don't know, it's pretty complicated, you wouldn't understand, but basically... I couldn't figure out a reason why, so I just put Fred on screen and called it a day. Wow, this ARG is so great. Okay, but before we actually decipher the code, let's go back to that weird page again, because there is actually a second video there. Even if you were higher being like us, we don't know if we would even let you in. Last time we did, it was a rather annoying experience. You can take a look if that'll get you to leave. And then there's a link, and this video is fucking crazy. This video follows a conversation between Puszysław and that other entity that now hates them so much, who is here portrayed by 2 huge cartoony eyes, because the lights are out and you can't see the truth. Though they ourselves... Oh my fucking god, ourselves? Really? They themselves are real, except they aren't really giant eyes. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. You're trying so hard to be intimidating, it's kind of pathetic. I don't want to say too much about what they're talking about, because the writing in this is genuinely horrible without prior context that only I know about, and I am ashamed to even show a lot of it because of how bad it is. But basically, both Puszysław and this other individual are actually gods, with Puszysław being a silly little guy who wants to find a purpose, and the other having created a universe, though a really small one, and its residents are currently pretty miserable. Puszysław wants to go down there and help provide them love and comfort, because that's what they do. That's pretty much what it's about, but it's conveyed through nonsensical dialogue without a lot of context I just provided. Essentially vague posting. Writing aside, however, this video was so much fun to make. For some reason I went for like a video game dialogue approach because I thought it would be fun, and figuring out how to make it work using basic DaVinci Resolve features was really fun. And I also used Untitled/Deltron sound effects because of course I fucking did. The eye sprites were very simple to make, but was still really enjoyable, and I made sure that some of the things I do with them are in sync with the music, which is also composed by myself by the way. So that was really fun. There's weird whispering sounds they make every time they speak as well, which I also recorded myself and it was great. I had a blast experimenting with funny whispering sounds that would work for this. I literally made up some funny words they would say, like fucking or something. It was really cool. And the reason for that is because they don't actually speak English. It's just Puszysław and them understand each other, because they are both gods. Of course, Puszysław was very fun to write as always. And especially this part right here really scratches my brain with how I did it. Just look, listen. I'm kind of obsessed with the things I did there. The video then ends with them, and yes, I still don't have a name for them in case you couldn't tell, opening up a bit about how they actually miss the residents of their world. And then Puszysław calls them cute and gets forever banished, and now they hate each other. The end. Let's go find the code. Okay, now according to the Stupid Forest video, there is these invisible borders when you're making a straw page, but you can actually go past them, except the things you put there won't be visible on mobile devices. But for me they are not intended to be visible anyway, because they are located at the very middle of these shapes, so that you normally never see them. They are all there though, and you can now find them and read them all from top to bottom. E-N-O-R-D. Inord. Let's type that in the URL and there we go! That's the final page. I actually enjoy the way this ARG is structured for the most part. Once you know about the secret links in pitch black spaces, you can do multiple different things, but in the end you'll probably need all this information just to put the pieces together and figure out both how to get the code from the pitch black site and what to actually do with it from the Puszysław vault. In the end, it all leads to this Inord page, which is probably the worst looking one so far, TBH. But it's okay, it's not mine, it's Ari's page. It's Ari who made it, okay? I haven't designed him yet visually, I have like a vague idea, but all you need to know is that he likes to create machines and video games sometimes. Here are some of his inventions. This one is just a stock image I found for this, and this one is a broken toy I found, so I just took a photo of it and thought it would be cool. Oh yeah, and then there's Inord. Drone backwards. But unfortunately there is no actual photo because he had to throw him out for reasons. And he forgot to take one before, fucking dumbass. Ari is also canonically a Portal fan, which I think it's pretty cool. I haven't actually played any of the games myself. The most important part of this page is definitely Ari's very own YouTube channel though. Wait, that's not Ari. That's Inord! Did Inord take over the channel? Holy shit, wait, there's a video.
Don't you remember?
Okay, this is like really stupid writing, I definitely owe you an explanation. Wait, Inord wants to tell you something, wait.
I just want to tell you, great job. This is the
There we go. This is a track that was meant to be like a storyboard music video type of thing. It started out as just a song, but then I thought that it would make sense to use it to tell a story. Only problem was that I didn't have the skills and time needed to do it, so I made this thing to motivate myself and actually make it in the future, which I didn't, but I'm slowly getting better at art and stuff, so maybe one day, who knows. The track itself is mostly finished and a lot longer, but I had to rewrite that first part so that it makes sense in this context, and yeah, this writing feels really stupid and forced. The letters just appearing on screen don't help either, they are really goofy, but other than that, I honestly think I kind of cooked with this. My favorite part about this is probably the detail that all the footage taken from these straw pages is actually lore-wise taken with the cameras. Like, if you pay attention, you can see that all these screenshots are exactly the places where I put cameras, and I just think that's at least a little cool. And then there is this static effect over it too, so it makes even more sense. Even if it's stupid and goofy, the way I edited it goes like really well with the music as well. Also, yes, I did use the SAM TTS for Inord, and I know that's pretty boring and overused, but like, I managed to make it sound like he's actually singing for that one part where it, you know, the one part where it sounds like he's actually singing. So I might have to keep it like this now. Inord is also very old and broken, and I feel like you can do a lot of freaky stuff with SAM to complement that. I mean, not that I actually did anything like that, but I can definitely see the potential. As for any lore and context for Inord and Ari, I'll keep it to myself for now. All I can say though is that they, as well as, well, all of my OCs I will most likely introduce hopefully in the near future, are all part of the same universe and all live in the world created by the funny eyeball entity who doesn't actually look like that. But like, I just think that's pretty cool, like it's all connected, that's really neat. Oh yeah, I also made fucking credits for this. In In case you can't tell, they actually use the same track as Inor just did, but just a later part of it. So yeah, that was this really dumb thing I made once, and even if it's really stupid and no longer public, it was such a great and unforgettable experience to make it, and I wanted to at least talk about it before it's gone forever. Thank God that release date for that is just one day. That's not coming out anytime soon, if ever. And then at the very end, there is a message from me, but it's Inor talking, so you can't fucking tell what he's saying the entire time. It's great, I know.
For now, though, goodbye. I'm busy going after a certain rabbit. Just kidding. I already got him.
Oh yeah, did I mention that Ari is actually a bunny? And also fucking dead? And also that all my OCs are actually furries, because of course they are. And also that... Okay, I admit it, the ARG is secretly even worse than you thought it was. As it turns out, this ARG isn't just bad, it's also broken and doesn't work. So you know like the letters on the main page that make up the word Anord, and this is like the main point of the entire ARG is to find that code? Well, guess what? They have to be in like very specific spots in the background, and that may work for me, but unfortunately, people have different screen resolutions, so for some other people they will just always be visible, and I can't do anything about it. And even if you do have the right screen resolution, you can still like Ctrl A and see all of it anyway, but I was hoping people wouldn't do it, but as it turns out, they don't even need to do it at all. Also, as it turns out, straw page just isn't a good thing to make a thing like this in. Like this user, for example, he found some moving eyes in like the code, which is a straw page feature, but it's not actually used anywhere, but in the ARG. Oh my god, and don't even get me started on this Birdbox user. He instantly noticed the letters, and his first thought was to type them in the URL instead of Fenko. So essentially, he just skipped the entire ARG, and it pisses me off. Okay, I'm finally done talking about that. Now with the ARG gone, my main straw page has actually received a little bit of an update. It's nothing crazy, just a few different graphics, some new GIFs and music. Some of them are also placed in different spots for no particular reason, I swear. First of all, I like this picture I took of myself. I think it's pretty nice. And then there's this text box thing for like basic information about myself. It's now in like a little text box. That's pretty cool. Some icons over here are updated. It's nothing crazy. Also Green Deltarune is here now. That's pretty cool. I also put some new music. There's some stomach book music here and there. This is her most popular song, which is also my favorite song of hers. And then at the very end there is the most underrated one, which is really close to being my favorite one of hers. And then there is it's also right next to my favorite Ultra Kill track. That's pretty cool as well. I love music. Also, the yapping about things I like page is now replaced with a button for a video I watched, and I really enjoyed. I will try my best to update it every week. I had this dumb idea for a while now, and it sounds really fun. The yapping page is gone for two main reasons. Basically, it was already like really important to the ARG, so it will take a bit of time to like change it a little bit. And then it was also like really annoying to update, so I didn't even bother. Like Hollow Knight Silksong has been out for almost a year now and I still haven't updated it, so it's probably for the best that it's removed now. And also I have a YouTube channel if I want to talk about all the things I'm obsessed with, so that's probably better. It's probably for the best. So yeah, thank you so much for watching and listening to me talk about my channel, and also that really bad, horrible ARG I made once. If you didn't skip that part, that is. And if you watched this video, it will make sense if you watched like at least one other video of mine, so yeah, thank you for that as well. You know, this channel kind of means the world to me. I love having this channel. I love just having a place where I can just talk about the things that interest you and also be able to like express myself freely. I just think that's amazing, and while I like to think that I mostly make these videos for myself, the fact that some other people watch and enjoy some of them is just, I just really appreciate it. It's really special. I actually watched some of my older videos recently, which I should definitely unlist a lot of them, by the way. I don't want them to be public anymore, but I just think it's really incredible how much I've improved over the years, both as a creator and especially as a person. And while it's already just a lot better now, generally, there's still little things I need to work on going forward. So thank you so much for following me on this journey, even if for just a little bit. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go now. I'm so fucking tired. I've been working way too much on this lately.